Hi guys, I am Luan Skaggs and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this pattern. And with several of these patterns, you could create many beautiful designs. Stick around at the end of this video, I'll show you many amazing designs I created using this pattern. So if you would like to see how I created this pattern, then come with me and let's get started. And to get started with this project, we'll follow the link in the description down below and download the patterns. Now the patterns would be free for the first 48 hours. So for those of you all that get to the pattern before the first 48 hours, then it would be free. Now I'll show you how to put together the pattern. And for those of you guys that don't need to see this, then you could skip to this part in the video. But I have to keep it in for those of you guys that want to see it. I wouldn't be able to add it in later, so I have to do it now. The first thing we'll do is cut along this line and add number 1 to number 1. We line up the piece like this and stick it together. We'll remove pattern number 8 and cut number 2 along this line. Then we'll stick pattern number 2 to pattern number 2. Then we'll find a page that has number 3. We'll cut it along this line and we'll stick it to number 3. Now we'll cut number 7 and number 4 apart from each other. We'll cut number 7 along this line and stick it to number 7. Then we'll find a page that has number 6. We'll cut it along this line and stick it to number 6. I think this is 9 to 9, so we'll be sticking number 9 to number 9. Now we'll cut 6 from 8. We'll cut along this line and stick number 6 to number 6. We'll cut along this line and stick number 4 to number 4. We'll cut along this line and stick number 5 to number 5. Finally, we'll cut along this line and stick number 8 to number 8. Now we'll cut along the edge and clean up the entire pattern. Now that we are finished with our pattern, we'll transfer our pattern to our cardboard. And if you want 2 of these with the both of them facing each other, all you have to do is do one like this, and for the other one just flip it over and then you'll get the other side. We'll start the pattern to the very end of the foam board. We'll take some pins and we'll stick around it to keep it in place. We'll mark the pieces that's coming off to the edge and place them on the foam board. Now in case you're not sure where to put them back in place, we could always mark numbers on the pieces and then we could put them back in those areas. Now we'll copy the pattern onto the foam board. Now we'll cut out the extra pieces and place them in the open spaces. Don't forget to mark the number from the pattern onto the cardboard so that we know where to place it on the other pieces when we're ready. Now we'll pin the pieces and trace out the patterns. Now we could cut out our pattern pieces. Now that we have all our pieces cut out, we line up the pieces that goes together and tape them together. And to make sure that the piece remains strong, we'll turn it on the other side and tape it as well. Now I'm going to cover it with this black contact paper. And the link for all of the materials will be listed in the description down below. I'll roughly cut around the pattern before sticking it on. You don't have to use contact paper. You could use spray paint, you could use a silver mirrored sheet, you could use whatever you want to cover your foam board pattern. Because this is an oddly shaped pattern, I'll use some pins to keep the contact paper in place before I start peeling and sticking the paper. Now that we have our contact paper pinned in place, we could start peeling and sticking the paper. Doing it this way makes a very complex pattern much easier to put on. I'm trying to use up as much of the scrap pieces as I can. Now I'll use an X-Acto knife to cut off the excess paper. I'll continue cutting off the excess paper off camera and then I'll come back. Once we cut off the edge of our paper, we'll take our glue gun and use the nozzle part of it to smooth the edge of our design. I'll do this all around the edge of the piece and then I'll come back. And to cover the edge of the design, I'm going to use a strip of this rhinestone black and silver ribbon. You don't have to use the black and silver ribbon, you could use the silver if you have that. Whatever you have, it is perfectly fine. Now we'll decorate the top of our wall art. You could decorate the top of your wall piece any which way you like. This is just the way that I did it. I'll start by using a strip of this flower rhinestone in the middle. And in order for the rhinestones to go around the curves, there are 2 lines going between the rhinestones. We want to cut one of the lines and leave the other one attached. Now we only need to cut the pieces that goes around the curves. We could leave the other pieces intact. We only need to cut these when we're going around the curve. Now we'll glue the flower rhinestone in the middle. Now if you would like, you could leave your piece just like this, but I'm going to cut some strip of this rhinestone ribbon and I'm going to add 2 rows on the both sides of the flower rhinestone and on the edge and in the middle, and I'll show you how that looks right now. And for this rhinestone ribbon, I cut between 2 of the rhinestones to go around the edges. And to glue down this rhinestone piece, I'll use a mixture of the hot glue and the Elmer's glue. The hot glue would keep the ends in place until the Elmer's glue dries. And on the edge of the piece, I'm only going to use the hot glue. We'll continue the same thing for the rest of the piece and I'll show you it in hyperlapse. Now I'm showing you how I put on the rest of the strips in hyperlapse. I prepared some of the strips to go around the corners by cutting them in advance. And after I ran out of those, I took regular strips and glued them on and cut them only when I was going around the corners. And you'll see that as you watch how I did the pattern. And after I was finished, I used command strips to hang it on the wall. After I was finished creating the pattern, I created left and right pieces. And to create a mirrored pattern, all you have to do is flip the pattern around and you'll have the mirrored side. This is some of the designs I created by adjusting the patterns in different forms, and it created some beautiful designs. Some of them I use 2 patterns, some I use 4, and some I use 8. These patterns are pretty big, so according to how much you use and according to how close or how far you put them apart, you would be able to create really large pieces. You may be able to do really nice bedhead frames, you may be able to cover up big spaces in walls, and you could do some smaller pieces as well if you only combine 2 pieces. So the possibilities with these pieces are endless. If I was going to show you how I created all these different designs, this video would be very long. So if you guys would like me to show you step by step how I did different designs that you're seeing coming up in more detail, leave a comment with the timestamp in the comment section down below. I stopped here, but you could move your pieces around and create many more different designs. And if you guys like this type of video where I make pieces that you could interlock and make into different designs, then leave that in the comment section down below. I want to know if you want to see more videos like this and what other videos you would like to see on the channel. Leave it in the comment section down below. You know I love hearing from you guys. So bye for now, stay safe and have a blessed and awesome day. See you in the next one.